Okay, it's day 2. Let's see what we've got. Alright. Well, it looks like I have glued that part on. And the drill bit has a little bit of a burr on it, so it won't let that one down. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to lift that up a little bit. I'll give it a whack, and that's not working. Well, I was able to get it out. And as you might be able to see, there is some JB weld right along there. So I'm going to have to knock that loose. This stuff is great for holding. Well, I got it off. I didn't want to change the camera, but it took quite a bit of effort, actually. I'm going to just clean it up with a little bit with a file here. I'm going to have to get some sandpaper and scrape that off as well. All right, a little 220 grit sandpaper and a lot of elbow grease, and it's moving again. It's not a problem on the actual bushing there. That came out really well. It's really stuck in there nicely. So it's time to turn it over. So in addition to the wire brush on the other side, I also cleaned it off with some paint thinner. And I think it's important to get a nice clean surface. The cleaner the surface, the better this JB weld is going to adhere to it. So I'm going to clean up this. I said brass yesterday, but I believe this is bronze. In video number 1, I believe this is a bronze bushing. So I've got 2 of those, and I'm sure glad I used that alignment bar. I'm going to use that again. I'm going to get some JB weld out. First of all, I'm going to get my gloves on. Alright, I learned a few things from yesterday. I'm going to put a little more carefully. I don't want to get it where I want the JB weld to stick, but I'm going to put some on this top of this shaft here so that when I put that other bushing on, it will carry it down. And I'm also going to put a lot of it at the beginning. I think I filled in the wrong end yesterday, so I'm going to put some at the beginning of that. And I'm going to be generous with it. I'm going to go all the way up and down it. And then I'm going to carefully clean it off there at the end. Got just a tad more JB weld today than I had yesterday because I just came out even yesterday, and it's always good to have a little extra. So I'm going to get that mixed up so there's no streaks. And that looks like that'll do. I also learned from yesterday that to get this stuff all the way around, it's really hard to hold that small bronze washer. So I've put a little 1/2 inch, this is the 1/2 inch inside diameter. Put a little 1/2 inch there. I want to get it off the tip of that if I can. And then I'm going to transfer it carefully down over the top here. And that looks to be clear of JB weld, so now I'm going to try to center my other bushing right over the top. There it goes. And it seats that other washer real well. That looks to be lined up. And there we have a problem. I'm not sure how I'm going to put that on there with some force. I'm going to have to think about that for a few seconds. Luckily, not too far away, I have this little bushing of PVC pipe. And well, it's just a matter of getting the weights balanced on there. It's just proud of the top of the wagon. So that's seated in there pretty well. I'll take the unused part of the Q-tip and just work that JB weld around there. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't want to mess with it too much because that looks pretty good. So, give this 24 hours to set up and see what happens tomorrow. Well, it's been 24 hours. Let's see what we've got here. Everything falling. Well, the drill bit didn't stick today. That's a good sign. Seated in there really well. So as Norm Abrams would say, it's time for assembly. I'm going to put this washer on here. Then this bronze bushing goes in there. Boy, this is where that alignment pin really came in handy. That goes there. And another bronze bushing on top of that. Now, as I was looking over things yesterday, I realized I had the wrong thing. This is a retainer nut, or it's probably left over from a end cap, but I had the wrong piece. So I went back to Ace and did check on this, and this is indeed bronze, and I said brass all day on that first video. And I got a little end cap. This is a 3/8 inch end cap from Ace is the place, the friendly hardware folks. 43 cents. That's going to fit on there. But you got to drive it on. So I've got a 9/16 inch socket wrench here, and that fits in there really well. So I'm going to set that on there carefully. And give it a tap to drive it home. That's going to do it. Little Tykes wagon fixed for under $10. So that's a savings of $50 plus the shipping charge. I think that's going to work. Thanks for watching.
Ready? I think it works.
It's fixed.